Welcome to another vlog. Coming at you this time from outside where it is definitely snowing. We haven't had a lot of snow yet, but today we're definitely getting it. And I'm not even sure if you would call it snow. It's more frozen ice that is falling from the sky. And before it falls onto the ground, it's landing on the mini me, and my eyeballs. So forgive my squinty eyes here. Anyways, got me thinking about winter running and how it's maybe a little bit different than other seasons. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm not from Minnesota, but I live here now. I've been here for a few years and, you know, survived running into stuff last year, to the point that it was negative 30 out. Bit of a novelty. Oh, playing in the snow. Hang on, got to break for the snow here. Anywho, so I have a friend who will be training for her first half marathon, which that's amazing. And has some questions about what my process is. So I figure we can take this stuff back to the house, lay out some of the things I use, just kind of talk about it. Again, not an expert. Not going to support any particular company. Just going to talk about what I do, what my thought process is, and that I'm still learning. And obviously this season is upon us here, so might as well just talk about it while we can. All right, see you at the house. All right, but the real thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today was winter running here in Minnesota. Been here since 2016, have been running in kind of the colder climates since started back running in 2019. And a question came up the other day, as you saw me talking about on the sidewalk, of some of the things that I use in kind of my process. So we're gonna be fairly efficient down here in the basement. Don't have a whole lot of time. Gotta run and do gymnastics. There's coffee here. All right. I made a vlog about this last night, but I had to whisper so much that it just was not high quality for anybody. In fact, it was a little bit creepy. I gotta use my whispering tones. Put some light on there. I am not an expert. I'm not a running coach. I don't work for any particular company. I'm just a normal guy who enjoys running, and I just happen to live in a cold environment. So this vlog is just about discussing things that I've learned along my journey and things that I use. And admittedly, I'm still learning every day. Not perfect. So starting with the top of the head, obviously it's gonna be cold out here. So when I say cold, I mean anything from into the 40 degree below category. And for me, it chunks from 40 to 20, 20 to 10, 10 to 0, and then obviously -0 after that. Really cold. Any kind of multifunctional headwear, neckwear, whatever you want to call it. So this is not This is not a face mask, not a face mask at all. With the beanie, things just kind of stay locked in place, and you have a little sliver here to kind of go about doing things. You can breathe fairly well through this. I tend to get a lot of conversating done out there when you're on your own at 4 in the morning, if you know what I'm saying. This Balaclava, the reflective material in there. On the side here to support eyewear, I believe. Get that nose up in there. Beanie as well, and it keeps it from sliding around. Oh yeah, here we go. This guy right here. This is probably, in my opinion, the maximum amount of coverage that you're gonna need while you're out there on the roads. This served me well whenever it was negative 30 degrees out earlier in the year. On your screen right now is a picture of me after a run doing that. It was not a long run at all, but just being out there for that little piece of time caused pretty much everything that is exposed here to be completely frozen. We're frozen open. So for the hands, layering works as well. So here on the screen, I have some of my thinner gloves that I'll use anytime it's, kind of that upper range of cold, just a little nippy out. These actually will probably come off and be stored in a belt or a pocket somewhere. I should say the liner can actually be used with a thicker glove. Just have a little pocket for the hand warmer here. In the really frigid temperatures, I have found that this allows a lot of that cold air in there. So this year I might want to go with more of like a mitten when out there, because the inner liner here got very cold, and to the point of having a couple fingers that were kind of numb. And rewarming of a cold finger is not fun. It is not fun at all. In fact, it hurts quite a bit. I picked these up this year. I haven't used them yet. Material found in the Balaclava. All right, moving on. Layers, shirts and jackets. For a lighter day, I will typically reach for something kind of on the thinner side here. Is just a nice little Mizuno long sleeve shirt. And moving up to the more middleweight layer. This is probably one of my favorite shirts. I actually picked this up when I was in the military. Cold weather system. Kind of this waffle pattern here. And if you take a look, there's actually little buds here that act as like a little channel for air and things to kind of get in, and act as like a little insulating barrier between you and the outside. Here are some lightweight base liner pants that can kind of go towards the inside and actually work along with these pants here, which are another example of the waffle pattern that we spoke of earlier. So you can layer the thinner material next to the more medium weight material. Externally, the wind pants, which can serve as a barrier to the wind. Middle layer, inner layer, going to be enough to protect you from those elements. Now, we're not expecting to break any land speed records when you're wearing all this stuff. It's really just about getting that blood pumping, breathing that cold air. It's actually quite exhilarating. Here's a more medium weight shirt. This is actually a little bit on the tighter side. It's not bad. I would consider tight or tighter or body fitting or whatever you want to call it during windy, icy, any sort of moisture out there, since it doesn't really allow that wind to catch up into your shirt and everything. And this actually has a bit of a kind of a fleece liner, which is super nice against the skin. And this can be doubled with the middleweight layer. As this is a storm down vest, which I would wear on some of the colder days, in addition to the regular down jacket. This is probably one of my favorite down jackets. This is pretty much what I constantly use, anything from 30 degrees on down. It's Eddie Bauer, First Descent, 800 fill, storm down. You know I wasn't gonna stop the video without talking about these things here. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my in-laws for picking these up for me. Yak Track runs. So critical and crucial over the past year. They're showing some wear and tear. It saved me from falling on my butt out there. Serious ice, both seen and unseen. That goes just along the forefoot here. This goes along the midfoot on backwards. It's great for downhill, increasing your chances of a slip. These little cleats here, which are fairly aggressive, but at the same time, they will respond to the pavement by basically going into your midsole, squishing on into your midsole. You can't really feel that happening, but it's not gonna be uncomfortable because it's actually kind of comfortable running in that soft snow. So much assurance when running through those conditions, because the last thing you want to do is ruin your run and ruin your training and ruin yourself by falling. And goes on the heel. Can't really read it because it's backwards, and this goes on the top here. This strap goes up and over. This is nice because it's got some reflective material. It does take a little bit of work to get it stretched on. I generally, around this time, will just dedicate a pair. We put these on and just use them on a regular basis and not take them off until the winter is over with. All right, well, that's our video for now. That is just a couple of little pieces of information, some insight and to my experience. Again, I am not an expert. I'm just one who likes to run, likes to get out there, likes to experience things. With that, still learning, still have a lot to learn. In fact, if you have any additional advice on how to layer up and protect yourself against the cold, against the elements out there, would love to hear about it down in the comments. Probably a ton more experience out there than me. Again, I'm kind of new out here, so figured just go ahead and share my thoughts and my process. All right, until the next time, take care.